Okay, agree or disagree? Holiday season interactions give you the perfect chance to practice showing up as your real and authentic self. Now, what does this really mean? Basically, first we'll just look at not being your authentic self is basically people pleasing and falling into patterns of conversation or abandoning yourself and what you think to keep the status quo, to not cause any conflict or create any discomfort. Now, I know sometimes when we hear this, it's like, no, I like to be polite. I like to make people feel good. Me too. I love manners. I love making people feel good. It's just what we're really talking about is more about the ways that we would compromise ourselves and our own integrity to keep that status quo. Now, the reason I talk about this around the holidays is because it is quite often family structures that bring up this stuff that many families have had a tendency to push things under the rug, and even if they pop up like an ugly sore or fester like to the top or even blow up like a volcano, after that moment, rarely are they ever talked about and definitely not worked out and resolved. And I think this is super valuable to consider because it also happens in world views and with things that could easily become divisive or a fight, but then it never gets to just a point where like two adults could have a conversation based on their thoughts and opinion and not having to agree. Now, I'm not saying try to have like a therapeutic conversation with somebody that doesn't want it. All I'm saying is that you can become very present with yourself and very aware of the discomfort or the things that are triggering you in these situations. And then you've got a couple of things you can do with that. So, one, you can recognize when you're being triggered or activated emotionally and be aware of how that's happening in yourself. And two, you can tune into your intuition, tune into your body, because it is going to let you know if you're out of alignment with yourself. A simple example could be you're just having a conversation and you're pretending to be interested. This is just a simple scenario. And you start to feel jittery, you start to feel restless, you start to feel uncomfortable. And there could be a topic that makes you uncomfortable, but it could just be that you're really uninterested in the conversation. And if we do have those habits of like going to our phone, we might just go to our phone or like sort of look around or try to kind of signal to the person that we're not interested rather than simply exiting the conversation or excusing yourself or saying, pardon me, I'm just not interested in talking about this. you know that's like a very, very simple, and I know we could be talking about boundaries, but all we're really talking about is listening to yourself. That's all the practice is. How it comes out of our mouth or how we share it with others is probably going to be much kinder, easier, gentler, more graceful, because lots of times we don't even have to say anything at all if you go in with the intention of just being aware for yourself, like, and your own discomfort and what your body and what your intuition is telling you to do. So that's why I don't like to give any type of advice like, okay, prep this before you go to the family dinner so that you can be like this, because then it's going to pull you away from your innate wisdom in the moment where it will know exactly perfectly what to do. And it could take you into the situation already kind of guarded and combative. And you don't want to go into anything feeling guarded and ready for combat, because then it's like a placing blame rather than just recognizing like, what's coming up for me? What is it that I need? And when am I putting on a mask? When am I not sharing my thoughts or even just feeling my feelings as they come up as a way to protect others? And the reason why this is so fun, if we can lighten up about it a bit and just think about, yeah, we're here, we're cycle breakers, we're ushering a new paradigm of relationships and family relationships. And if we can be lighter about it, have a little fun, then it doesn't become a blame game. Like, I'm like this because of you, or because everyone just stuffs everything in under the rug. We can't talk about things, because that's coming more from a place of anger than a place of love. Because from a place of love, it's really understanding that nobody is trying to force you to not be yourself. And if you took on ways of masking yourself or keeping the peace, then that is in your power to change. So I'm going to leave it at that, because part two, I'm going to talk about how when you do what's right for you, it's right for everyone else. So I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoy being here, like, subscribe, share, definitely comment if you take any of this into consideration for your familiar or friendship gatherings and found it to be helpful. Happy holidays. Ciao for now.